Nicholson. I'm a speech and language therapist at Chesterfield Royal Hospital. I'm going to show you some games you can play with your children with the pictures that have been provided by your speech and language therapist. I've tried to think of games that you have around the house, that use objects that you have around the house, or things that you can quite easily make so that you don't have to go out and buy anything. So in front of me I've got some pictures that you may get from the speech and language therapist. So you can have maybe little rollback toys, some pop-up toys. So I know we can have a lot of these around the house. Jumping frogs, wind-up toys, and some more pullback toys. Okay, so all of these can be used with the activities you've got and the pictures that you've got. So for example, you can get your child to pull back the pullback toy and see which picture it lands on or runs over. Okay, so ready, steady, go! So he's landed and rolled over this picture. So you'd get them to say the word or listen to the sound in the word, whatever the targets are about. So that's one way you can use the rollback toys. You can also use the frogs in the same way. So you can get them to jump the frog, and whichever picture it lands closest to or lands on, they then say the word. Or you can use pop-up toys. So you press him down in the middle of the pictures, wait for him to pop up, and then whichever picture he lands on or near, again you do the same. Another game that we often play is the fishing game. I've got fish that are part of a different game that I often use, but you can make your own fish out of cardboard or paper, and then put a paper clip on the end and then a little magnet on a string. So you can make your own version of a fishing game if you haven't got one available. So the idea is to have your target pictures on the table and the fish on top of the pictures. And all you have to do is get the child to catch a fish, if I can. Okay, they catch fish. Whoops. And then they use the picture that's underneath. So it could be that they're saying the initial sound of the word, or it could be that they're listening to that initial sound and having to sort between what sound they can hear. So the next activity is to do with hiding things. So you can have a penny, or you can draw a picture of a spider on a little bit of paper, and the idea is to hide whatever you've got under one of the pictures. So the child closes their eyes, you hide whatever you're hiding, and the idea then is for them to open their eyes and find where the object is. And when they've found that object, so they're looking underneath, and then they find the object, and they do whatever target they've got to do with the picture that they've found. You can also use a post box. I found that really helpful with a lot of the children. They find it quite nice to use. You don't have to buy one. You can make one out of a cardboard box, a cereal box or a shoe box. Cut a little hole in it for the entranceway where you post it in, and decorate it how you want to decorate it. So you don't have to buy one. You can actually make one quite easily. So the idea is very simple. You have the pictures in front of the child with the targets, and you get them to choose a picture, and all they have to do is post it in once they've done what they're supposed to do with it. Another activity that you can do is you can hide the pictures, and they've got to find them. So you hide them around the room, wherever you can, and when they've found the picture, they then say the word or listen to the sounds, depending what the speech therapist has advised. And you can also use blue tack and stick the pictures around the walls. If you don't want to hide them, you can stick them on things, and they've got to find the ones that they've been stuck onto the walls. So this next game is a good one for if you're doing listening to sounds, either listening to sounds at the beginnings of words or listening to just single sounds. So you have the target sounds in front of the child that they're wanting to listen for. And when you say one of the sounds, or you say one of the words that begins with the sound, so for example you say s, which one goes s, then they have to put a brick on the one that they hear. Okay? Or if you're targeting the initial sound, if you're going table, table, what sound does it begin with? And then they have to put it on, hopefully on the t sound. So gradually they'd be able to build a tower on each of the one as we go along with the activity. You can also use something like Mr. Potato Head. So you've got your target pictures in front of you, or in front of the child, and you use the parts to put on top of the pictures, like that. And then they choose which part they'd like. So for example, an ear, put their ear in, and then they have to work with the picture that's underneath. We also find playing games alongside the pictures that we're using is motivating for your children. So if you've got any games like the orchard games, the shopping games, or any snakes and ladders, Pop-Up Pirate is often a good one as well. So you'd just play with the cards alongside playing the game, so they do their sound and then they have a go at the next part of the game as a reward. All you need for the next activity idea is either a car or a ball, something that rolls. You put the pictures on the floor as I've done there, and all you do is get them to roll the car, and whatever the car rolls over, they then do the activity with that picture, or again with a ball, wherever the ball rolls over or even close to, then they do the activity with that picture that it's rolled over. So the next game is like a stepping stones game, or an obstacle course. You can make it as tricky or as easy as you want. So the idea is for them to follow the course or to follow the stepping stones and do whatever activity that they've been asked to do by the speech therapist with the pictures that they land on. So the next activity is to do with knocking things down. So you could use skittles, or you could build some towers to be able to knock them down. So you put the pictures underneath the towers or the skittles or anything else that can be knocked over. You then get the child to throw the ball, and they knock over one of the towers or the skittles, and they look at the picture underneath, and then they work on that picture to do with the targets that they've got. Another game that you can play is the washing line game. So all you have to do, as I've done here, is have 2 chairs or anything that you can tie string between. So you've got your washing line, and then you've also got some pegs and some of the target pictures that you've been provided by your speech therapist. So the idea is that they will choose a picture, and whatever picture they've got, they either say the word or they're sorting the initial sound, depending on what their targets are, and once they've done the activity, they can then peg it on the line.